Hello creators of the internet, welcome to Illusionary Arts. This is the very first video on the channel for the Facebook page. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I thought it'd be very appropriate for a first video to be about, a quick overview of just what the channel's about, a little bit about me and who I am, and what my experiences are with the card game. So I'm not going to hold you guys up very long, so I just want to get straight into it. Let's start with who I am. My name is James. I'm a Battle City guy. I grew up in the city. I was born and raised in the city, basically. I've very rarely ever lived in a small town, moved around a lot as a kid. It's hard for me to make friends. But when I was in the city, I was really exposed to the nerd and trading card game community, And just being in the city, there's usually more card shops, at your disposal. There's a lot more, there's a lot more things like Walmarts, and Targets. And as a kid, I always liked cards, so I would always go to the local card shop, pick up a pack and go on from there. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh competitively for a little bit over 2 years. I know that's not a very long time. I've been playing casually on a casual level, just playing standard Yu-Gi-Oh since I was like 8. I recently got into the competitive scene where my friend gave me a deck, out of the kindness of his heart, and I fell in love with it, and I found out that it was really good, and I ended up going to locals and just started to win and go and so on and so forth. So I decided, why don't I get into the competitive scene? I've never been to a YCS. I hope to go to YCS Minneapolis next time it comes around. I just missed it, but on my college recesses, I'll be more free to travel. My dad lives out in Minneapolis, so I'll be able to go fly out there and, go to YCS Minneapolis, which is a huge event, and I really want to go to it. I hear lots of good things, so, keep up to date and keep an eye open for when I go to do those kinds of things. My favorite decks are as follows. I love Light Swarms. I love Light Swarms just because their boss launch is awesome and JD has amazing art. It's one of my favorite cards. I like the fact that it's a tier 2 deck, that, it's really luck-based. It's a really fun deck to play because you never know how it's going to turn out. You never know how your mills are going to be. Your mills could start off amazing and turn to shit, or vice versa. They could start off as shit and turn, to amazingness. I like the whole idea of being able to, spam synchros and make really awesome rank 4 exceeds monsters. JD is like the best boss monster with the, easiest summoning condition. Pay a stack, wipe the board, special summon his special summon is basically free in the deck. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the art on the deck. I love everything about it. And it's just really fun to just play, on a non-competitive scene, amongst your friends and whatnot. Also, Yang Zings. This is the deck that got me into the competitive scene. I love the deck. The fact that all the monsters float, they control timing, they're really good with control, and they can OTK when they want to. The deck is just really awesome, and with Metal Foes out right now, it's basically like playing your deck upside down sometimes, and it's just a really overall fun deck to play. I just love the artwork. I'm a big fan of Asian culture. I love anime and all that other stuff. I'm not a weeboo, I swear. But I do love Chinese art, and, this kind of reminds me of it. Like, they've got these, like, worm dragon kind of things, and they're like Chinese dragons, zodiac dragons. And I think it's very cool, very cool. I like that the archetype has lots of different plays that you can go into. It takes a lot of skill to play, I just love Yang Zings. My friend gave this to me, and that was it. That's how I started my competitive scene. Also, and more recently, Blue Eyes. I've always liked Blue Eyes. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the anime. Seto Kaibu was like the best as a kid. He was like the bee's knees. I don't know. I loved him. And I've always liked Blue Eyes. I always got excited seeing Blue Eyes White Dragon, come onto the field. I just think it's so cool. And more recently, with Sage out and stuff like that, the deck just becomes really cool. It's easy to spam 3K beat sticks, which is always really fun. I like making big boss monsters. And the fact that I like synchro summoning, the fact that it's really easy to synchro climb in this deck. There's a couple of different ways that you can make it. But their synchro monster is probably one of the best synchro monsters I've ever seen. Like, it tags out to avoid danger, to be recycled later by Ancient Stone. You can special summon any like type synchro dragon type monster, and all the tutor's level 1, so you can climb up from there, making it really fun to play. I've always loved Blue Eyes, even from when the structure deck came out. But now that it's really awesome and it's tier 1, it's definitely something that I love. I've been playing it since it's been announced online. I've been playing it on YGO Pro. I have played it in real life. And so, it's just an awesome deck. So here's some other facts about me that are not as relevant, but maybe important so that you guys know. I'm a budget duelist. I'm a fan of the anime, but I'm not a big one. And I've been playing since I was 8. Excuse my typo on that last point. Being a budget duelist, being in college is very difficult to play the top tier decks all the time, have the best max rarity cards. It's kind of difficult to do those kinds of things. I do have my favorite decks. Yes, I do have them almost nearly on all maximum rarity at full power. But as for the fact of me being a budget duelist, I usually only make one top tier deck a format. I will profile those decks, but I set a budget for myself for the year or for the format. And I say this is how much I'm going to spend this format on the game, and I'm going to stick to that, aside from the occasional pack or the occasional single if I need it, and I stick to that. And once a deck is no longer viable, once it gets hit on the ban list and it's no longer meta, for the competitive reasons, I will either put it into a binder, put it onto the side, and then just build something else, or, I will, just try to keep playing the deck even though it's been hit on the ban list. I played Pepe, after it got hit the first 2 times, and then once it got hit, once they hit monkey board, I was like, that's it, I can't. I sold the deck, I put the sorcerers and the other max rarity cards in my binder, and they've been there ever since. I'm a big fan of the anime. Not a big one though. I haven't watched Arc V. I did not like Zexal. I did not like Zexal at all. I didn't like the main character. I didn't like the storyline. It was okay. It was pretty cool, but I didn't like it too much. My favorite one was 5Ds without a doubt, because I love motorcycles. I'm a big motorcycle guy, and I just thought it was really cool. And yeah. And as for Arc V, I haven't had really time to really watch it, and get into it. But I will watch it, I promise, and I will talk about it. I know I'm going to be late, and people can just be like, okay, I'll just watch whatever episode that just came out, and there's no use really talking about it right now. But I can try to catch up, get an overview. I'll read the manga, whatever I have to do. If you guys want me to talk about the anime, I will. I have been playing since I was 8. Excuse the typo. I have had a lot of trouble making friends as a kid, and Yu-Gi-Oh was my way of making friends. I would, go to the locals, and I'd see these other kids playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and I would buy a deck and I would just play with them, and just try to make friends through this community. And this community is really awesome. Yes, every community has its bad people and its snobs, but for the most part, the Yu-Gi-Oh community and the trading card community in general is really friendly. There's lots of different things that you can do within that community, and I just really, really, really love it. What will be on my channel? My channel will be composed of duels, both live and online. I'm going to be showing duels of me winning and of me losing. I think it's going to be very important to show how decks react in pinches. I want to show how decks are not so good against other decks or are better than other decks. I want to do a segment called Deck versus the Meta, where I will take a month, I will test the deck, and I will test it against every tier and every deck in the meta that is considered top tier, and I will discuss it. I'll also be showing cool combos of me losing, because sometimes you guys are really awesome out there. You guys come up with some really awesome combos. The one time I lost to a raw spam deck, which is really weird. Yes, I know it sounds odd, but it was amazing. I had Dark Matter, I had a Morphage Goliath, and I had the Synchro Spirit Dragon all on the board, and it's like he couldn't really do nothing. He was just passing turn, and it's like I had it, and was able to begin to start poking at him after it was beating down his resources and stuff like that. And out of nowhere, it was raw Sphere Mode, tribute all 3 of my monsters, enemy controller, take back a Sphere Mode, tribute it out, pay a shit ton of life points for Wing Dragon of Raw, had another one, boom, an OTK, and that was it. And that was the worst thing ever. But those are the cool moments I want to be able to show on the YouTube channel. I'm also going to be doing deck lists and live deck profiles. My live deck profiles will be both of mine and other people at locals, and the deck list will be mostly in YGO Pro. Here's a deck list of me doing Dark Magician. I'm going to definitely be doing that one soon. It's getting new support soon. The legendary deck just came out. That was really awesome. Send me your deck list too, guys. I really want to see what you guys have, what your ideas are. You know, what kind of decks that what you guys think are cool for tech cards. You know, and like seeing something different than what's meta constantly is fun. You know, having an open mind to different things is important. So you'll be seeing a lot of those. I'm also going to be doing news and discussions about things that are coming out. You know, new sets that are coming out, new cards that are coming out. That will mostly be on the Facebook page. So please, if you're going to watch the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page, follow the Facebook page, you know, as well as watch and subscribe and like and comment on the videos and all that fancy stuff. Also, as for news, I'll be doing current events. I really think that, you know, it's important. Some things happen, you know, in the world that are important to talk about. And I will talk about them while doing live duels, and I'll just live stream that way. You know, and if you guys don't watch it, you guys don't have to, but it's going to be something that I'm going to be doing because I feel like I want to do it and it's important, and I'm going to like to do it. My discussions will also be about the meta, top 10 lists. I'll have discussions with friends of mine, you know, that will be involved with this YouTube channel, and with my team as well. I'm going to be blogging at my locals and talking about the current events at my locals. You know, like they do a 100-pack tournament every month. I think that's really cool. I'll be blogging. I'll be talking to, you know, the winners of locals, people at my locals who go to YCS and so forth. It's going to be really cool for you guys just to see how awesome my locals are. This is actually a picture of my local card shop. You know, I'm not in this picture, but, you know, my card shop's awesome. It's full of really cool people, really talented players, you know. You know, they have a lot to say, and they have a lot to show through their duels and through their decks, and, you know, I really want to share that little part of, you know, my life with you guys. You know, and that's it. That's the quick overview of my channel. Like me on Facebook, you know, Illusionary Arts on Facebook. It's spelled wrong. That's intentional. So please, you know, just like the Facebook page and follow me. If you guys like the video, you know, like, comment, subscribe. What do you guys, you know, want to see on my YouTube channel? What do you guys want me to talk about? Is there any decks that you guys want me to test out? And subscribe. You know, the next video I will be doing will be a live deck profile of both my Blue Eyes and my Yang Zings. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do first, but also expect, I did post on my Facebook page that I was going to be doing live duels of ABCs because they're coming out this weekend in the deck list. I will put up the deck list sometime tonight. But as for the duels, my live streaming software is kind of being weird right now, so until I figure that out, the duels might be postponed, but I will put up the deck list for ABCs later tonight. Thanks guys for watching. Stay awesome.